snacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Loading Snack Show. I am one of your hosts, Sin, along with
Coop,
and we got
New Joker,
and we're about to bring you ICYMI just in case you missed it. And you know what that is, right? Last week's news. So without any further ado, I say we get right into it because we got something to talk about this week.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's knock it out.
Number 1.
E3, or the Electronic Entertainment Expo, traditionally gaming's equivalent of the Super Bowl in the US, is shaping up to be a shell of its former self this year as major publishers continue to pull out of space on the show floor. First Electronic Arts, then Activision, now Disney Interactive, and Wargaming have also decided to continue the trend.
This is getting more interesting as the closer we get to E3 with this happening.
Is this happening because we're trying to go this year? Is that what? That's what
when we start doing this, now everybody wants to separate different things around the city.
Hey, loading stacks coming up.
Right, like
disperse. But I mean, I understand everyone wants to go their separate ways, do their separate things. It's cool and all, but like, what happens to just having everything in that one spot? Like I said once before, you know, it's cool that everyone can get in there and kind of get their hands on the games and everything. But if you're telling me that it's going to be in 6 different places, like everybody's in 6 different places at the same time,
that's the concern I'm having with it.
You got to make me choose. Now, as ones that we can get into it, it's like you're making me choose now. Do I want to go to EA? Do I want to go to Activision? Who do I want to go to at the same time?
Right. Well, EA showing Battlefield 5 this day, but at the same time, somebody else is showing this 5 blocks away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now we got a mad dash, run here, run there, stuff like that. Like it just, I like it. Like it seems like they're separating a little bit. You know, having more show floor to themselves. Maybe letting fans come in, play with stuff. You know, stuff like that. So it'll be interesting how it all works out.
That's
this
probably
year.
what it is. Just a better opportunity for people to get a feel for everything. Like, you know,
maybe they might have to stretch the timeline out of E3. I mean, with stuff starting to spread. I mean, we'll see.
Cool.
With this
super early morning to super late at night. I'd be cool with that.
I would be too. Yeah. If I can go. We gotta get there.
We gotta get there.
Number 2.
We were gifted last week by the Marvel trailer gods with the release of the second Captain America Civil War trailer. We get a bit of clarification on how the story develops, and are finally treated to appearances by Ant-Man and, best of all, Spider-Man.
Okay, let me just say this really quick. I am just giving up when it comes to Spider-Man.
Oh
no, I'm indifferent when it comes to him. I don't have a love or hate. Like this thing is cool, but the power this dude has to damn near shut down the internet like he did with one little spot at the very end of it has been amazing to me all week long.
I mean, look at it. We knew from day one when the movie was announced, it was coming out. We knew Spider-Man was going to be in it. We knew this, but there was we saw nothing of him, no mention of him, nothing.
Kept it on the low.
So show him for 8 seconds. That's why the world goes crazy.
I mean, I wake up in the morning, shout out to Brian Turner, had a colored drawing already done of the positioning out there on the Instagram and Facebook and everything. I'm like, good Lord, they are moving out here with Spider-Man.
and it's crazy the judgmental things that we're getting on Facebook and things like that. Like, I didn't like his costume. He sounded like a kid. Like it was literally like 5 seconds of Spider-Man. Like, watch the movie. That's all.
One thing. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
I mean, love it or hate it. I mean, we gotta give props. My man Spider-Man is in. I know Gage is happy about Spider-Man showing up.
What?
I know that for sure.
Now, before we just proved everything right just there. The whole trailer just became Spider-Man. Let's talk about the rest of the trailer first. Before we even do that.
We need to.
So
we got to see Black Panther put in some work.
Yo,
we got to see Black Panther put in some work.
Definitely.
Yeah, and he just shut down my man Winter Soldier. I was psyched but blown at the same time. Like
you kind of
what I love so much is one of my favorite things is when you saw Ant-Man on Hawkeye's arrow.
The
team up
technique.
There it is.
Yes, sir. So we know we're gonna have those. That's gonna be. I'm really looking forward.
Marvel, if you're gonna do this, maybe we get another Ultimate Alliance game. Maybe you guys can part and get in there.
Hey, something we
Ultimate Alliance 3. I mean, we're getting these team ups.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know my biggest question was, what is the post-credit scene gonna be like? Seriously,
yeah, that's a good question. That's a great question to have.
All I know is I'm super excited. Even before we got Spider-Man, the whole trailer was action-packed from jump. I'm so excited for this.
Got a little bit more of the
Definitely.
story, you know what I mean? Got to see some more characters. I'm thoroughly excited for it. I cannot wait for it.
I can't wait. You know we're gonna be there.
Oh, definitely.
the day before, 7:30ish, somewhere around in there probably. Somewhere around in there. We'll be there.
Number 3.
The long-awaited Ubisoft game The Division finally released last week to much fanfare, and according to Ubisoft, the game sold more copies in its first 24 hours than any other game in their 30-year history, which explains why everyone's friends list is populated with almost nothing but Tom Clancy's The Division.
All right, so I'm going to talk to him about this
See the way
because
unfortunately,
see the way
somebody here does not
see the
have
way my bank account set up, right? I got.
Whoa, wait. Actually, I'm gonna combat that because the way my bank account was set up, I wasn't doing it either. But you know what? I had a couple physical games. I traded them Johnson to get the Division.
All I know was
Never.
midnight. Me and B was on there. Me and B was off the next day. We was knocking it in, taking care of it. The game is phenomenal. I'm loving every minute of it, from the big stuff to the very minor details I'm seeing in it.
Agreed.
It is what I expected it to be, and I'm happy with it completely so far.
Like, I'm addicted. Like, I literally picked it. I'm either 20 or 21. I forgot from last time that I left, but I was grinding in there. And I went into the Dark Zone.
Okay.
And I will tell you this, the Dark Zone is no joke. So me and my boy went in, and like, we got wrecked as soon as we walked in.
Okay.
Stop it, K. As soon as you got in there, like, we got jumped. Like, we had a group of 5 that just came at us, killed us off the break. And of course, if you know, when you go into the Dark Zone, you can pick up weapons. There's stuff in there that you can find. Of course, you have to extract it, so you can't just walk out the door with it. You actually literally have to call in a helicopter. The helicopter has to take your stuff away, and so it can be decontaminated, I guess would be the way to say it. But I dropped stuff at least 4 times in the Dark Zone.
I think all around kudos to Ubisoft on this game. They got a great new franchise on their hand, and I'm looking forward to this year of the add-ons, the content they're gonna give us, the season pass stuff. Like, it's gonna be hopefully a great year, fingers crossed, for the Division.
I've already hung up Destiny, so I mean,
for the time being, yeah,
I've hung up Destiny.
Yeah, until something big happens. It's all about the Division.
Coop, what did you think?
I'll get it Friday. I'll get it Friday. Hey, well, you know what? You can't sell digital. Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
We were notified of a couple of unfortunate delays last week. Uncharted 4 is now going to release 2 weeks later than originally planned in order to allow for the manufacturing of additional units to meet the demands of what is now going to be a worldwide release. We also found out that the 4th installment of Mass Effect, known as Mass Effect Andromeda, has been pushed back from holiday this year to first quarter 2017.
All right. Well, Mass Effect, did anybody expect that this year?
I
didn't.
I did. Maybe it's just because I want the game that bad.
Okay, it was nowhere near on my radar in any way, shape, or form this year.
And I think that was just I guess you could say, the fanboy in me just wanting to have that game. Because I love, and we know it's not going to be Shepard or none of them, but, and I think we agree, I love the Mass Effect series as a whole. I think that was just me wanting to have that. If they could have told me it had been out tomorrow, and I probably would have believed them.
You?
I mean, I honestly think that it's never a bad thing when they push back games. The Division, for an example. I mean, we just know that it's just going to be bigger, better, and greater.
True. What do you think about this Uncharted 4 being pushed back 2 weeks?
I mean, I guess now it's the thing. What's 2 weeks now? We've already delayed it 3 other times. We've gone from, what was it originally? I think it was October last year was supposed to be released. I think it was the original.
Year, yeah.
And then it got pushed to, I think it went through October, November, December, if I'm not mistaken. I think it went through each
got
one.
Pushed back like March, and then it got pushed back to what is now.
So I guess at this point now it's just what's 2 more weeks to finish. I guess polishing. At least that's what we think.
Making extra copies for worldwide release. It's only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal. Like, they're not saying the game's not done. They got to work on stuff. Just we need to print more copies.
That
To
could
sell
be.
people. Like, that's it.
I mean, that gives me time. Like, I haven't finished playing Uncharted 2 and 3.
Okay, yeah, I've knocked them all out, so I'm ready.
It's giving me plenty of time to go ahead those 2 weeks. You guys know how I can play a game, so I could play 2 and 3 and be done with those probably in a matter of a few days. So
yeah, less than that, yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much.
Yeah, it doesn't
for
bother
Uncharted.
me. It doesn't bother me at all.
So,
like I said, didn't expect one, and the 2 weeks to make more copies doesn't. All right, whatever. All right, cool.
okay.
Number 5.
And in more sad news, Fable Legends was canceled, and it looks like Lionhead Studios, the Microsoft-owned developer of the game, is likely shutting down. The game has been in closed beta for quite some time, and oddly enough, will continue to be available to beta members to play until the beginning of April.
This came out of left field this week. Didn't see
It
this coming. I don't know if I'm surprised though. Like Fable 1, phenomenal. Fable 2, I enjoyed it, but I didn't feel like it lived up to the first one.
Agree.
Same thing with 3. Then they dropped Journeyman for the Kinect, which nobody wanted. Then they give us Fable Legends, with I would have played it, but nobody wanted. We all want Fable.
Yep.
And they're not giving us Fable, and when they are, it's never necessarily feeling like the first one again. It's just feeling like, you know, they're trying all this new stuff, but it's never capturing that essence that was that first one. And I'm really not surprised that this happened.
I mean, as long as it's been in for beta for now. I mean, obviously between either trying to either work stuff out, maybe get the input of what people really wanted. I mean, we still haven't gotten quite to that, which this is going to go into that, I guess, the Battlefront 3 box that we never ever saw, I'm guessing. But like, I love the first two of them, but I wasn't that excited still for when they announced that this one was coming. I mean,
yeah, I wanted to play it, 4-player beat 'em up. All right, that's up my alley, but that was about it. Like, I don't care about any characters. Ain't like it's, you know, playing with people I know and grow with all these years.
Exactly.
Like, it's just random people.
So, think it's a major loss? Big loss?
I feel a little bad for Microsoft because they was putting in a lot of promotion for this thing over the years, and to see nothing. They was putting it on Reels at E3 and all this type of stuff, and hyping it, and beta coming, and the beta's coming.
Beta coming?
Beta's
coming. Oh, wait, no, the beta's coming, and all right, you know what, scratch it. We're done with it.
Be done with it. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh well. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the first half of our show. Do us a favor, go to our YouTube channel, our Instagram, every place. Hit like for us on Facebook. Like, follow us on Instagram. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. It's down there, right?
It's over there. It's down over there somewhere.
Exactly. Follow us on Twitter, all social networking sites at Loading Snacks. And with that, we're out for now.
Do you want more snacks? Check out the Loading Snacks podcast, Snacking and Hanging. Now available on iTunes and Stitcher. If that's not enough, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Loading Snacks.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sin with Loading Snacks here at MagFest 2016, and with me I got...
My name's Micah Betts. I'm the developer for Combat Core.
Okay, I'm seeing this Combat Core behind me. It looks absolutely amazing. What's your inspiration behind it?
Big fan of fighting games. When I decided to become an indie game developer, I was looking at a formula where I could use something that could differentiate myself from, existing fighting games. Power Stone was a big inspiration.
I can tell, yes.
The old Dreamcast game, Power Stone, was kind of like the baseline I was working from. I added a lot of my own things on top of that, like to make it more toward a fighting game rather than a party game. But so I kind of took the base of Power Stone. I added other things like counters and parries, customizable characters, and you kind of have to play to get a feel for it. But just all the things I love. And I also had like Custom Robo was another one. That's a Nintendo 64 GameCube game. The old Nintendo 64 wrestling games like No Mercy, WrestleMania. A little bit of all that's in there. I'm also a big fan of like Dead or Alive, Soul Calibur. But yeah, that's the stuff I love. I'm also like a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. If you
Come on, man.
if you play the game, you see people like Destructo Disc and like Kamehameha, stuff like that. Just basically just like everything that I love, I just put into the game. This is the game that I wanted to play myself. So everything I thought that I enjoyed, everything I wanted in a game, I tried to put something in there.
So do you do all of this by yourself, or do you have a team that you work with?
Majority of the development's by me. I do the like all the programming and animation. Most of the modeling, I have a guy helping me a little bit with character modeling. The 2D art that you see out there is actually done by Roboto. He's actually illustrated for Udon, who does Capcom art books. And when I contacted him to help me with the game, he loved how it looked, so he made up the character designs, and then I took his designs and made them into like the 3D characters and animated and stuff.
So how long have you been working on this project?
I started development on it. I've been on it full time. I started about summer 2013, so it's been about 2.5 years. And it's just me working on it for the most part. I'm the only guy that's on it every day. And yeah, all day, every day, pretty much.
I hear that. So this your first time at MagFest?
This is actually my third MagFest. I actually been showing this every time I've been here. The first version was it was 3 years ago. Well, over 2 years ago. And it was a super early version, but you know, every time I come back, you see it. I've seen people that played it last year that come back the next year, and they see how much it's improved. It's really cool to see a lot of the same guys, and the people that have heard of the game, they like to see the progress too. So.
Okay, cool. So do me a favor, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can find this, and all your information. Just go ahead and tell everybody.
So if you just go to madmanz.com, that's my name, my company name, or just search for Combat Core online. It'll come up. That's where you can find me. I'm on Twitter and Facebook too.
Is there anywhere that people can get access to this at home, like on Steam or anything?
The game is not released yet. I'm trying to get it out on Steam Early Access as far as like probably late next month. After I get a couple other things working as far as I like. There's actually a free demo. If you go to madmanz.com, you can get a free demo. It's got 2 characters and 1 stage. That was actually part of the Kickstarter that I ran last summer that was successfully funded. And yeah, development's going well, and that's where you can get the game and you can get all the information.
Cool, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. And with that, we're out.
Loading snacks.
It's that time again.
What time is that?
I got some snacks.
It's hammer time.
Hammer time? Okay, but not quite hammer time, but chip time.
What we got?
So what we have on our hands right now, some potato chips, Lay's Korean Barbecue.
Ooh.
Now,
That
my
does sound pretty
question,
good.
have you guys had Korean barbecue before?
Yes, I
No.
have.
Gosh, cool. Tastes good though. So, what do you think?
You're not gonna have an idea.
You're not even having an idea. All right, you know what? Let's just get down to it. You want to go ahead and take a whiff of that?
Korean barbecue.
So, no, I'm gonna take a couple. You want to go ahead and grab a couple out of there?
Take one.
Take one. You're a punk.
No,
Be
it's.
safe, Coop.
Thank
Just
you.
take one.
I don't be safe.
All right.
Hold the bag, Coop.
That's all you're good for.
Yeah, see, hold it in front of you.
Jeez Louise.
Korean barbecue, guys.
All right.
Let's give it a shot.
Let's see.
I want another one.
Sounds crunchy.
It does.
It's very delicious.
You said very delicious.
Very delicious.
I mean, I get a little hint of the Korean in there, but to me,
I don't.
No barbecue.
it's nothing really.
It tastes like barbecue chips.
There's a little difference. There's a little difference, but I mean, there's nothing. Ain't nothing no crazy for. You guys want to try them back there?
Yeah, just give me the bag. Give me the
No bag. Take the bag.
Yep.
Yes, the Korean is something that's very light.
It's like
It's very light. Yeah, Korean light.
But it's
Korean light.
What is it?
Korean light.
What exactly
Was it a
does
diet Korean?
taste like? What does Korean taste like?
I gotta tell you off camera.
Okay. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I mean, I'm not gonna say they're not bad, but
No,
yeah,
bad.
it just
Uh-oh.
tastes like honestly just regular barbecue chips. Like, just,
But I mean, ain't nothing to be.
or like a mesquite or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
Mesquite,
yeah.
that's what
There
it
you go.
But I mean,
Yeah, like a sweeter joint.
but it didn't.
Mesquite? Oh, mesquite.
It didn't wow me. Though. It didn't wow me though.
No.
Yeah.
No wow factor on that one.
So I mean, I give you the middle thumbs, I guess.
Average.
Side
I'll
thumb.
give it the diagonal thumb because I kind of like it a little bit better.
You liked it a lot, bro.
I did.
You guys like that
You
awkward
need to do
silence
some
that
Korean
came
barbecue.
about
You need to
that
do some
too.
Korean barbecue.
I will get some Korean barbecue.
Okay, you do that.
Okay, do
I
that.
will.
Okay.
Okay, well with that was Korean barbecue chips.
Little snack bite for y'all.
I think we'll come back a little bit later with something else. What you think?
I agree.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.
Out.
Hey, we're Super Soul Bros, and you're watching Loading Snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage here at MagFest 2016.
Yup.
I have the usual suspects with me, starting with
Sin.
and then
Captain Joker.
and then and we are with
The Super Soul Bros.
So, do us a favor. Go down the line, introduce yourselves individually first.
I'm Robbie Benson. I play keyboards and left-hand bass keyboards.
Right?
I'm Alex Bonbon, I play tenor saxophone. I'm Brian Chu, I play guitar.
Finish? It's cool.
I'm Christian Manzana. I play trombone and the occasional MC.
Alright.
I'm Bill Smolik and I play the trumpet.
Woo! Excellent. Excellent. Clearly we have a trumpet player in our midst. So first and foremost, we saw you guys twice yesterday. Dope sets both.
Absolutely.
Afternoon show and the secret show.
Secret show.
Which was also really, really awesome. Great special guests too. Do us a favor, just tell us a little bit about what you guys do. First and foremost, like your brand of music and how you blend things.
Well, basically the catchphrase that we've come up with, or the slogan, is live video game music with soul. I mean, a lot of us are musicians. We don't just play in this band, we play in a lot of bands. We're working musicians, but kind of a common thread is like jazz influence, soul, R&B, funk. So that's basically what we do. We play video game songs with a funky, jazz, fusion, soulful vibe.
Yeah. So, how do you guys decide what songs you're gonna play?
How do we decide that?
A lot of the tunes that we grew up with actually. So we started by learning a lot of rap that we already knew pretty much. And then as time went on, we got kind of tired of playing those tunes. And then, well, no, not really, but people started requesting more and more tunes. And we started just charting out tunes for our bands pretty much so that they could hear them.
Actually, we do a Twitch stream where people send us YouTube links and we'll figure out songs on the spot on our Twitch stream. So we'll play live music on an internet stream and we're learning songs on the spot. So our repertoire is always growing.
That's great. So look, as individual musicians in other bands, how do you find time to get together to practice? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what the Twitch stream is all about. It's like we do it weekly, twice a week actually.
Okay.
So Fridays and Sundays, and it's like a rehearsal. It's also a performance, and it's a way to learn new stuff.
Okay.
So it's a very consistent thing for us, and that's our regular way of meeting up and going over things.
That's cool. Now, have you ever had somebody make a suggestion, like on the Twitch stream, that you just decided this needs to be in our regular repertoire? We need to put that. Has that happened?
Absolutely.
What stood out?
The Twitch stream is relatively young, so we've only been doing it a couple months now.
Okay.
But Sticker Brush Symphony from Donkey Kong 2, that was requested a lot in the chat, and so then we finally pulled up the link, listened to it, and I really want that to be in our main repertoire now. Yeah.
Now, let's talk MagFest a little bit. This is our first trip to MagFest, and we're from here. You guys are West Coast, right? From the West Coast. How did you guys know about MagFest? Is this the first time you guys have been here? You've done this before? Is this your second time? Second time here. So, how did you find out about MagFest?
So we were playing an event called Rockage, which is in San Jose, California. That's where we're based, is San Jose, in Silicon Valley, kind of near San Francisco. Rockage is another kind of like very small scale version of what MagFest is. It's a festival that celebrates retro games and independent music. So there are some bands that play video game songs, but there's a bunch of other bands that do other stuff too. We played there 1 year, 2 years ago, and Dominic, who's like one of the main executive directors of MagFest, went there to check it out, and we hit it off, and so he loved what we do. He's another great keyboardist, and he plays funky jazzy kind of renditions of video game songs too. So that was how we found out about MagFest, and how they found out about us. And then we applied, and things worked out.
How have you enjoyed it so far?
I enjoyed it so far. Yeah. It's probably one of our favorite crowds.
Do you get a chance to go and play games or anything? Like, have you had a chance to? Yeah.
We've broken up the merch booth work, so we get.
So you have a chance to go and kind of get out.
We've got, my girlfriend broke it all into shifts, so we've all got like 2-hour shifts throughout the whole weekend. So like 2 of us are guaranteed here at all times, and then the rest of us can go off and do whatever. This is only our 2nd year, so we're still trying to work out the kinks and how to make it work.
Now, I do have a question that I'm going to pose to all of you, but before I do that, I want to talk about this really quickly. This is honestly, seriously, this is probably the dopest thing I've seen at MagFest. Like, I think this is absolutely brilliant. Obviously, it's retro. How did this idea to take your music and your video and stuff come about to make this into a USB on a retro SNES cartridge?
Right, so this is basically a repurposed Super Nintendo cartridge with a flash drive inside that's got a USB 2.0 cable. And it's only like a 2 gigabyte capacity, but it's enough to have our whole discography and some HD video concerts and extra stuff. I just remember as a kid, I would go to Goodwill and I'd see these old games, like old NES cartridges, and like the old like Nintendo and Duck Hunt and Metroid, they had that same aesthetic, like that pixelated icon. And I thought it'd be really interesting to make your own, to make our own label and put it on there, make it look like it actually existed 30 years ago. So that was just an idea I had as a kid. And then when I started this band, I thought we could actually do that and put something in it to store our music. So it was sort of like throughout my life, it kind of just evolved into what this is.
That's really dope, actually. That's really dope. Again, that's one of my favorite things I've seen at this. There's a lot of stuff here. That's easily one of my favorite things. Now, here's a toughie. I need each of you to tell us what your favorite game system of all time is. Tough, right?
On the spot.
I'll start from over here.
All right.
I'm gonna say PC. If that's
PC. Okay, that's fair. You play everything pretty much. What about you?
PlayStation.
PlayStation 1, okay.
I would have to say PlayStation 1.
You guys won.
It's a toss-up between Nintendo 64 and GameCube.
Oh man.
It's just showing our ages, basically. Super Nintendo. It's close between Super Nintendo and 64. I was a Nintendo boy, but I spent most of my formative years with Super Nintendo. Yeah, man.
Oh man, it's 64.
One last thing before we go. Do me a favor. Let everybody who's watching know where they can go to find your music, get in contact with you. Anything you got, social network-wise, let them know where they can find it all.
So we got these handy little flyers here, which actually, this isn't the best one. There's another one over there. Hang it. Sorry. We have at Super Soul Bros, not brothers, but at Super Soul Bros on all social media. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Vine, Snapchat, Twitch. And so if you want to tag us on anything, just do at Super Soul Bros, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. And then on YouTube, it's just youtube.com/Super Soul Bros, twitch.tv/Super Soul Bros. Real easy. And then if you go to supersoulbros.com, that'll get you in touch with where to buy our albums, as well as just upcoming shows and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Seriously, greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's been us, MagFest 2016, Super Soul Bros, not brothers.
Get it right,
not brothers. It's bros. Yes. We're out, toodles and loos.
Loading snacks. Loading snacks.